started streaming before I even had my headphones on. Okay, I'm looking at OBS, making sure everything's fine. As always, I am beginning my stream partially prepared, but we will find out exactly how unprepared I am here in a minute. So, today we've got some updates. We have an update. I'm going to get everyone up to speed in case y'all didn't know. When Paula was alive, she was working with Paula, of course, Paula. Paula's working with Dave and their lawyer, who's been a family friend for many years now, to get a legal eviction of Ellen from Paula's property because Ellen refused to leave. She didn't have a lease there, and Paula was being treated badly. She was asking for help, and Ellen, as soon as Dave told her that that eviction was imminent, Ellen requested a protective order. She called the police, and she immediately started screaming that she was in danger. So she has had to appear in court again today over that. Dave will tell you, the first time he didn't have anything happen because he hadn't been served. I think Ellen was a no-show. Just some shit. And so then they pushed it to today. So they went over that. Dave will explain it to you. He's absolutely telling it in his own words. I have no control over what Dave says, and that's how people fucking are. So if there's anything that he says that makes you upset, please don't scream at me. I am not his keeper. I'm not his babysitter. I don't manage his vocabulary. What I am doing is I am putting this story out there. We are the people who are involved. None of us are perfect. And we're all from the fucking South, okay? And if you're not from the South, you're just not going to understand what it's like being in the South. If you grew up in the South and you left the South, you can probably look back and think, oh, yeah, I recognize all that. So this is us. We are real people. We don't have a team managing and editing us every time we do something stupid. So here's the update, and then we're going to see if I need to shut the stream down or if I'm going to keep going with some other stuff. I kind of have some other things that I need to do today for video capturing, and it's very time consuming.
Oh my God, y'all. I love waking up to winning. And you know, when you can sleep till 11, you got a little baby, that's a win anyway. Well, let me tell you something. I had a message from my attorney. She's like, dude, call me when you get up. It was so good this morning. So Ellen, of course, got drug out of jail this morning. Now, I know how they drag your ass out of jail. You don't have to be in court till 9. They get your ass up about 5 and drag you the fuck out. You sit on concrete for 4 hours. It's a lot of fun, if you can believe that. It's absolutely no fun at all. So anyway, this bitch goes in there today. Now, my attorney just showed up. Obviously, how do you have an order for protection? How do you have a hearing when, you know, I have not been served? Nobody served me papers. So if you don't serve me papers, I don't have to show up in court. Now, mind you, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever the hell it was when I was down there, I showed up for the hearing even though I had not been served. Of course, there is no hearing. We haven't served him. We have no hearing. And she wasn't there anyway. So yeah, Ellen is talking today in court, and I can't wait to get the transcript. My attorney's already talked to the court reporter, and as soon as she walked in there, she's like, "Oh my God, disrespectful." Yeah, you can imagine Ellen. Now she's so smart, she knows the law, right? She's the best attorney of anybody in Texas, probably, as far as she's concerned. But she don't know shit. And anyway, I can't wait to post the transcript. But she apparently everyone needed protecting from me. Wolfgang, my mother, and my dad. Apparently I gave my dad a heart attack. She basically made him sound like a bitch, which, you know, I don't call grown men bitches. I don't speak like that. But my dad is a bitch. He's a punk ass motherfucker. And if anybody sees him, y'all can fucking tell him what I said. He's a fucking punk. I ain't talked to him, and guess what? At this point, I'm not gonna talk to him. I hope he fucking dies. I hope he does have a fucking heart attack. No way I thought he'd outlive my mom anyway. But piece of shit motherfucker. Don't make me talk bad about my dad, because I can tell you all the fucked up shit he's done in his life. But yeah, my sister and her order of protection. The judge is like, well, he's in Austin and you're in jail. Who needs protecting from who? So there is an order of protection. It was an emergency order. It was extended 2 weeks today by the judge. I've been told that pretty much why would the Cameron County District Attorney's Office try to spend $200-300 to have me served here in Austin when this bitch is in jail. But the emergency protective order does say one thing. It says I cannot carry a firearm. Well, hello, I'm a convicted felon. I've never carried a firearm, so thank you very much. I won't be carrying a firearm. I got a little 17-inch, 17-ounce bat. Like we used to get when that Cardinal Bat Day. That's what I carry around with me. I'm waiting to bust somebody's head down to the white meat, but that's just how I roll. Anyway, there's your boy. He loves Shannon Sharp. I don't really like Shannon Sharp, but that's just what's on right now. So anyway, I think that's it. If somebody's gonna come over and watch him, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. If anybody, well, nobody here in Austin. I don't think I have any friends here in Austin on this Facebook yet. I'm just trying to figure out where all the little single girls go take their kids to the park. But we'll figure all that out when we need to. I tell you what, my life is so different. Jesus Christ, man. It's hey, what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? Life is still good. It's different, but it's good. And I can live with this, man. Me and Wolfgang are okay. He loves touching that TV thinking it's a screen. That ain't no touch screen, boy. All right, guys.
All right, so that's the update about the protective order. I guess Ellen managed to get one, and it's extended out for 2 weeks, but obviously the judge does not understand what's going on. I'm not going to check this notification. So, yeah, she's representing herself, which I don't know if that's normal in a request for protective order. I thought that you would have somebody from the state helping to represent you when you ask for protection if you're not already showing up with your own attorney. So that's something I don't understand. I don't understand all the ins and outs of the law in Texas. I do understand that, well, I don't understand enough. That's all. I just don't understand enough. I'm not even going to try to say what I understand because I don't think I understand what I understand in terms of getting protective orders and how this all works. So we have body cam footage that we need to request at this point. Ellen's arrest has some body cam footage where she was handing her son over to David. He told me in his own words, but I can't remember specifically, that Ellen would have preferred Dave take Wolfie instead of surrender him to the state, that she voluntarily gave him to Dave. I don't know how much of it was insisting that he take him instead of getting CPS involved, but I understand that Ellen is trying to tell two different stories about Dave and what she thinks of him. On the one hand, he's this crazy meth head addict who's out of control and everybody needs to be protected from him. And then on the other hand, he's the only person that she's giving her kid to right now. Out of everyone else that she could say she knows on this planet, he's the one that she's turning to. If Dave is such a strung out meth head, psychotic, whatever she's saying that he is, then she should not be willing to hand that child of hers to him in front of police. There's something very wrong with the story Ellen is telling everybody. So it's my job here to tell it from the best perspective that I can, to repost the things that Dave is recording to the best of my abilities. Some things cannot go on YouTube. The way that children are spoken about in some situations even if it's innocent, even if it's just family talk. You're not supposed to talk about certain things. Um, I need to make sure that when I put things up here that I'm following all of those guidelines so that I don't get the channel taken down or get anything flagged or removed. And if YouTube does have problems with anything that I do, then I will accept and address all of that. I'm new. I understand YouTube doesn't really care if people make mistakes if they're new. So there is that. YouTube has no learning curve. They have sink or swim. Sink or swim. And it's pretty brutal out here. Alright. So I don't know if there are any other updates. I need to be careful about going into Dave's mom's private
Oh my
Facebook.
God, y'all. I love.
And then, see, I keep getting alerts from people, so I need to be careful about hanging out on this page. If I spend too much time on this page, people are going to accidentally dox themselves because they don't know everything that's going on here. So I'm going to have to figure out how to turn off messaging while I'm streaming so that I can utilize what I have on this Facebook page. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to start taking screenshots and showing you still images of the Facebooks because I don't want anyone to send me a message that has their phone number on it while I'm live on the internet with my desktop being streamed. Like, yes, I can scoot this over into obscurity. Now you can't see it. It's over here, it's off screen, I'm clicking around, you can't tell what's going on. So I've got people commenting on posts thinking that I'm Dave. I am not Dave. Everybody who is on this Justice for Paula Facebook thing, I'm not Dave. I'm not Dave. I will not relay messages to Dave because he's a friend of this account, and if he wants to sit down and read all of the comments, he will. But if you want to say something to Dave, you need to contact Dave. All right? I am not everybody's pass through for information. I am willing to work with Dave when it comes to getting what he wants to say put on the internet. But I am not going to talk to other people on Dave's behalf because Dave has a mouth and he has fingers and he knows how to use all of it and the technology that helps people communicate. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm not trying to be rude, but I am not getting myself involved with being the messenger out back and forth. I'm going to put what I put here on the internet, and that's that. If you have something to say to Dave, go to Paula Rallford's page or text him on your cell phone if you know his private phone number. That is the end of that. If I have to pin it in a post on my Facebook so that everybody can see, I will pin that shit. Because I am a citizen. I am not a professional journalist. I am not a secretary. I am a person with chronic health issues who is trying to get my shit together. And then my stepmom died, and she didn't just die of old age happy in her bed. She died of extremely suspicious circumstances after well-documented years of abuse from her child. So I am making time for this because when somebody dies because of neglect or abuse or a combination of things, then it's time to address it. We're not going to just let Ellen keep getting away with stuff like this. That's not how I roll. So I've got my coffee. I've got my setup. I need to start going through these older videos that Dave has made, edit out all the stuff that can't be on YouTube, and start getting them posted. This is going to take me a very long time because Dave has posted these as Facebook stories. You cannot download them. You can screen capture them, but you cannot download them directly the way you can copy and paste a picture into your hard drive. So I'm having to screen capture everything through my laptop and then go into an editing program, snip out the stuff that's not supposed to be on the internet, and then go and upload the edited video to YouTube. All of this takes time. It takes, I don't even know what to call it because the file after it's been screen recorded, the file going into the video editing program has to be resized or something. Like they have to do something to reformat it to get it into the program, and that takes like 15 minutes of waiting for it to load, and then I have to find and edit all of the stuff, and then I have to finalize it, and then after all of that is saved and retitled and put in the correct folder, then I go to YouTube, and then YouTube has to go through the process of uploading it, and that takes 15 minutes for short videos. The longer these videos get, the harder it's going to be for me to just quickly upload anything. So while it's doing that, it's checking it for copyrighted material so that I don't accidentally upload something anyway. It's going to just go ahead and block it and say, no, you can't post this video. So while I'm doing all of this, it's a lot of sitting around and waiting, and I can't exactly multitask on my computer because when I run some of these programs side by side, it overwhelms my PC and it will shut down. So I've been in the middle of work, just in the process of editing something. I'm halfway through. I've got everything exactly where I need it to go, and I just need to finish this other piece, and then my computer just shuts down. It says, I can't handle everything that you're doing. I'm taking a nap. And then I have to restart the computer and restart everything, and in some situations I have to re-record everything. So, because I didn't go to school for this, because I don't have a friend in town who can come over and sit with me and teach me how to do things, all of my friends are long distance, this is more stressful for me to take on than it would be for somebody who grew up using all of this technology and who understands how social media works and uploading things work and video editing things work. When I was in high school, we didn't have half of this shit. We had PowerPoint, and my parents barely wanted me involved. I got to spend 45 minutes to an hour on the computer a day at home. An hour a day, per day. Everybody who's over here talking about you need to unplug your screens and you have access to something that you can just turn on whenever you want. Imagine. Some of you don't have to imagine because you grew up with me. You grew up in my generation. Some of us had parents who did not think computers were going to be the future. They thought it was just going to be calculators and video games. That's it. When we started getting cell phones in cars and they looked like regular house phones, everybody was like, all right, that's it, we're good. In my family, we were just like, that's all we need. That is all we need is this brick with the ability to call somebody. And now we've gotten to where everything we do has a computer chip in it almost. And when all of this stuff was being developed and coming out, it was being targeted towards kids and families. My family was not willing to buy that shit. So getting to college, I'm still not trying to sign up for computer classes because I'm thinking about numbers. I'm thinking about paperwork. I'm thinking about if I want to be a manager at a business that I used to have dreams of going to run this one place that it's no longer in business. It shut down on the owner's side. But I had wanted to go to business school and learn all of that and go work in a place where everything was fucking analog, right? So that's what I was preparing myself for. And then when I got sick, I did not have a computer. I did not have Wi-Fi. I did not have a lot of things that while I was sick, if I would have had these devices, I could have begun learning them in 2012 and 13. So here I am. It's only been in the last 3 years or so that I have had access to anything remotely close to streaming ability. Our Xbox was outdated, and then we got a new one, and then we don't even hook it up to Xbox Live. We have a fancy-ass machine that doesn't even touch the internet, with the exception of getting updates. My computers have always been underperforming the cheapest that you can find that's got memory to hold cat pictures. So none of them are designed to do the things that I'm trying to do now because I never thought my life was going to go in this direction. So now I'm trying to exist on the internet today as though I've always been here, always doing this stuff. It makes my head hurt thinking about what everyone goes through watching me do this. So I'm probably going to keep this disclaimer going in every video because I need every new viewer who comes in here to understand I'm struggling. I'm struggling so fucking hard. This makes my head hurt. Yesterday, I streamed for 4 hours, and then I curled up on the couch to kind of wait for the video to be resized and become editable on my editing program. While I was sitting there waiting for that 15-minute process, I passed out, and then I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. This was at 7 o'clock at night. Okay, 7 o'clock at night to 4:30 in the morning. I just straight up passed out through all of that, and then I got up at 4:30, started checking on the stuff. I found the video. I realized the video was wrong and it needed to be re-recorded, and I re-recorded it and it was still wrong, so I recorded it for a third fucking time, and then I had to go back to sleep, and I just woke up again at about 2:30 after going to bed around 5 or 6. So right now, like, I feel like trash. I feel like I've been hit by a truck. I feel like I have the flu. This is my fibromyalgia acting up. It's telling me that I'm doing too much in my body, but I don't have the ability to sit and wait for everything to level out while I have to do other stuff. I'm not trying to tell anybody to feel bad for me, but I am telling people to just please respect my limits as we go forward with this. Excuse me. Some of this is going to be rocky as fuck. It's going to be edited very poorly. I am not going to worry about transitions right now. I'm worried about trying to figure out how to get each thing edited down so that it's not cutting off words and spliced up awkwardly. Once I get comfortable with working with the editing that I've got, then maybe I'll expand and try to work on editing audio so that the videos don't have to be cropped out themselves, but I can just insert some sort of bleep or temporarily mute out certain speaking so that everything can just be there. And if you want to know what was said, you just fucking contact one of us. But the reason why some things are private is because they need to be private. Not everything in these videos that Dave is sending me is going to be relevant to Ellen's stuff, because we are disorganized people who like to go into tangents. We will start telling you a story in the middle of telling you a story, and then we're going to need to give you some details to back up that story. So it's going to involve telling you another story sometimes. Other times it's going to be very straight to the point. And now that I've done my disclaimer, I'm unscripted. So I'm going to sign off of here because I don't know what I want to do for streaming today. I hadn't sat down and picked the topic I was going to use. So I need to go and think about that. And while I do that, I'm going to see if I can get some more of these Uncle Dave videos downloaded, because I want everyone to be able to see what's going on with Dave and make sure everybody understands that things are happening. They're happening at the speed of the justice system. And once again, I'm asking if anybody has any information about Ellen Ring, if you did business with her, if she screwed you over, if you were a client of hers and you felt like there was something wrong. Specifically, if Ellen showed you credentials, certificates, proving that she has any education or licensing in counseling or therapy, or anything that would support her claiming that she is a doctor of any kind. I would like to speak to you, and I would like, if it is okay with you and if you're comfortable with it, to learn more about what Ellen is telling her clients. I believe that a lot of people have been violated by Ellen, at least in the legal sense. You know how there's statutory crimes? I believe that this could qualify as statutory crimes. If she is advertising herself as a counselor or therapist, and she is telling people that she is giving them counseling and therapy in the state of Texas without a master's degree and without proving her credentials, then she may have definitely broke the law. And you who have done business with her are the proof. If you are comfortable with coming forward and speaking about it, I encourage you, please contact me or contact the Harlingen Police Department and let them know that that you need to talk to somebody about Ellen Ring and the crimes that she may or may not have committed. And if you want the cops to have it, but you don't want to talk to cops, once again, forward whatever you can to us. We'll figure it out how to help you, how to get this information there. I'm not asking anybody to go out of their way or make themselves uncomfortable, but I am asking for more witnesses and more victims to come forward that do have information that will help with making sure Ellen is held accountable for her crimes, the crimes that she can be legally held accountable for within the statute of limitations. And since I've said all of that, I'm going to go ahead and open up my program and say, all right, I am done streaming. I will probably come back later with a plan and possibly a snack. I'm going to be rude and I'm going to eat because I'm a hungry girl and I don't have time to cook and eat and stream at separate times. I'm going to be fucking multitasking some of this. So, all right. I will see y'all later. Thank you for stopping by. I apologize for anything that was wrong with this stream, and I'm